Have you ever felt completely drained, cynical, and just plain angry at work or in your personal life? If so, you may have been experiencing burnout. Welcome back to another Thought-Provoking Thursday video where we explore distinct topics through the lens of psychology and human behavior. Today we're exploring the concept of burnout and the common triggers of anger in people experiencing burnout. So let's dive in. Burnout is a state of chronic stress and emotional exhaustion that can have a major impact on our mental and physical well-being. And one of the most common side effects of burnout is increased anger and irritability. In this short video, we'll explore the key triggers of anger in people dealing with burnout and why this connection exists. Understanding these triggers is crucial for managing anger effectively and addressing the root cause of burnout. One of the hallmarks of burnout is emotional exhaustion. When we're emotionally drained, our ability to regulate emotions, like anger, becomes severely compromised. Even minor frustrations or stressors can trigger disproportionate feelings of anger or irritability. It's like our emotional reserves are completely depleted, leaving us with little capacity to cope with challenges in a healthy way. Something as simple as a colleague's offhand comment or a traffic jam can feel like the last straw, leading to an angry outburst. Burnout often breeds a cynical and detached attitude towards work, relationships, and life in general. When we're in this mindset, we become more easily angered by perceived slights or lack of appreciation from others. For example, if a supervisor fails to acknowledge your hard work or a family member doesn't show gratitude for your efforts, it can trigger intense feelings of anger and hostility. This cynicism and depersonalization makes us more sensitive to perceived injustices or disrespect, fueling our anger. Burnout can also impair our cognitive functioning, including attention, memory, and executive functioning. This cognitive impairment makes it harder to manage frustrations and regulate anger effectively. When our cognitive resources are depleted, we may struggle to think clearly or rationally in the face of challenges, and this can lead to impulsive anger outbursts or inappropriate expressions of anger, as we lack the mental capacity to respond in a more constructive manner. Now, the physical symptoms of burnout, such as fatigue, headaches, and sleep disturbances, can also contribute to increased anger and irritability. When we're physically uncomfortable or exhausted, our tolerance for frustration tends to lower. Imagine trying to navigate a stressful workday while battling a pounding headache or feeling utterly drained from lack of sleep. It's no wonder that even minor annoyances can trigger anger or aggressive behavior in this state. Burnout often leads to increased interpersonal conflicts at work and at home. These conflicts can further exacerbate feelings of anger and frustration, creating a vicious cycle. For instance, if you're experiencing burnout at work, you may be more prone to snapping at colleagues or getting into heated arguments over minor disagreements. Similarly, at home, you may find yourself lashing out at a loved one due to the strain of burnout. A sense of powerlessness or lack of control is another common trigger of anger in people experiencing burnout. When we feel like we have no control over our work or personal circumstances, it can breed feelings of anger and frustration. This perceived lack of control can stem from factors like unrealistic workloads, lack of autonomy, or personal challenges that seem insurmountable. Feeling trapped or helpless in these situations can lead to anger as a coping mechanism. It's important to remember that burnout is a state of chronic stress. Prolonged exposure to stress can lead to increased anger and aggressive behavior as a way of coping with the constant strain. The constant pressure and demands of burnout can make individuals more prone to anger outbursts or hostile behavior as their ability to manage stress in healthy ways becomes compromised. It's important to remember that there are numerous triggers of anger in people experiencing burnout, ranging from emotional exhaustion and cognitive impairment to interpersonal conflicts and perceived lack of control. While burnout itself doesn't directly cause anger, the combination of emotional, cognitive, physical, and interpersonal factors associated with burnout can create an environment where anger is most likely to be triggered and expressed in unhealthy ways. Effective anger management strategies such as mindfulness, cognitive behavioral techniques, and seeking support can help mitigate these anger triggers. However, addressing the underlying causes of burnout through lifestyle changes, boundary setting, and seeking professional help when needed is also crucial. Remember, burnout and anger are not personal failings, but rather consequences of chronic stress and imbalance in our lives. By understanding the triggers and taking the proactive steps to manage them, we can cultivate greater emotional resilience and overall well-being. By understanding the differences and implementing techniques, you can transform your chronic stress into a force for positive change. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Now, before we go, I'd like to hear from you. How will you choose to better manage stress in your life to avoid or overcome burnout? My name is Anutsa Bellissimo. I'm a personal development coach and consultant with over 20 years of experience. I'm the creator of Breaking the Anger Habit at the Stress and Anger Management Institute. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's Thought-Provoking Thursday video, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Until next time.